Hello everybody. Occasionally you make stupid purchases on the internet. You're on eBay late at night and you just make a bad decision and you buy something. One of the things I bought was this tactical military jacket for my dog. My dog's not in the military. I'm sure he would have told me if he was. I have no interest in the military. It was just one of those things I seen and I thought, yeah, that looks cool. I actually probably seen a video. I think I've seen a photograph of some elite military service carrying Alsatians on straps over their shoulders, and I thought, yeah, I can do that with my dog. But my dog's a lab collie mix, who wouldn't fight anyone for anything. He's just too chilled out and relaxed. But anyway, there I got it. So I was thinking, what can I use this for? And I thought, oh, Halloween is coming up, so why not do something interesting with LEDs? Because I love LEDs. So what I got was some of these, and I got these direct from China. $10 I believe. I never remember the prices of stuff I paid. And it's RGB addressable LED rope, like what you would see in sort of fancy architectural installations. It's not like the LED rope that has one colour. Each LED on this is addressable. And what protocol is it? I forget now what protocol it is actually. I will put it in the comments. Is it B2020? Anyway, I'll figure it out now and put it in the comments. And this is how it came. Now, I'm not really interested in changing how this is controlled. I'm just going to use the default controller. So you get interesting patterns. And what I want to do with this rope is wrap it around that tactical dog jacket somehow. Unfortunately, it didn't come with a plug, but that's okay because I want this to be powered by batteries. And what we have here is the control unit. Here is the adapter they give you because I think they want you to put your own plug on it, but it's too small to be useful. But actually I'm actually going to use it. It'd be too small to be useful to plug into the mains or another adapter. But there you go, and I'm going to attach it up to the power supply, bench power supply, because I want to actually see how much power and juice this thing drains. So when you're connecting this up here, always make sure you get your arrows aligned. There's always be a little arrow there, and if you don't, it won't work. Or you could potentially blow it if it doesn't have a protection diode. So what I want to do now is actually just see how much power this thing drains for purposes of putting batteries on it, because I want to use 18650 batteries with it. So I'll just switch it on and ramp up the amps. If it even goes on. It's telling me it's not detecting a circuit. What is going on? Ah, one of the banana plugs has fallen out. Silly old me. Oh! So it uses 0.60 amps. Pardon me. 0.60 amps, and that's on white. Now let's see if we can just have a play around with the colours, shall we? Now I chose white for testing because A, it's the default, and it's also the one that uses the most power. Red, in theory, should be the least, and that takes it down to 0.36, so almost half the power goes on red and it goes on white. And of course, when you've got white, all three LEDs are at once. Green, 0.28, what has surprised me because red's usually the lowest, and blue, 27, so 0.27 of an amp. So going with white, and I'll make sure it's in maximum brightness. Yeah, 0.60 of an amp. So, oh no, I'm going to make it brighter. Whoa, we're going up to 1 amp, 1.29 amps. Will it go any higher? Actually, that's quite bright actually. Obnoxiously so. Oh, it's falling out. Now if I take the power right down, I actually think the buttons are the wrong way around on this. The up button actually goes down and the down button goes up. That's down to 0.16 of an amp. So I'm not going to actually run this at highest power. I'll put some patterns through it. I want a chasing pattern. There you go, that'll do. And I can see the amperage is just going all over the place. But anyway, for what I'm doing here, why I'm doing this is I want to know how many amps this thing drains, because the battery, I want to use 18650 batteries. I'll turn this off because it means you can't see anything. So yeah, 18650 batteries. I've got a couple which are, they claim to be 6000 milliamp hours. They ain't 6000 milliamp hours. They're about 500 to 600 milliamp hours, a tenth of what they claim to be. But that's what you get when you buy cheap batteries. Oh, it feels really hollow. Can you hear that? If I take a good quality battery, if I can get it out. It's an old dead Samsung. Hear the difference? So yeah, I'm actually taking one of those apart. That is never 6000 milliamp hours. That's terrible, actually. But anyway, I'm currently charging a few up when I'm going to put them into some battery holders. So anyway, if this thing, if I'm going to max this out at say 60.60 of an amp, so that's actually I might even go less than that. I might go for 50.50 of an amp, because it's a nice easy figure. Because I'm going to be using this at night time when I take the dog for a walk and take it out past the kids when they've got their big bonfire. Halloween is a big thing where I live, massive thing. So I can work on the assumption that this takes this will take half an amp per, a half amp, 0.5 milliamp hours, which is what these are. They are half a milliamp hour. So that means in theory one of these should keep this going for an hour. Well, you've always got losses. And the reason I'm not using a buck converter, which would allow me to use to regulate the voltages, there's always a bit of losses here. Now the problem with 18650 batteries is they are 3.7 volts, which is an odd voltage when you think about it, because 3.7, it doesn't add up to a nice multiple which a lot of devices use. So for example, most things tend to be 3, 5, 6, 9 and 12. 3.7 is an odd multiple, so 3.7 and 3.7 is 7.4. 7.4 7 plus 7 times 2, which is if you were using 4 of these in series, would be 14.8. So it doesn't really match up with anything. And you might get away with using 14.8 with this, but it also might cause it to shut down. I don't really want to test it, to be honest with you. So what I'm going to do is use 3 of these in series, and then another 3 in series. So I've got 2 parallel series, giving me a total of 3.7 and 9 to 11.1. So that should do the job. Sorry, no. Yeah, 11.1. So I'll see how that goes, and if that doesn't work, I'll put in the extra one and see what I get away with. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to then tie this into the dog's jacket somehow. So I will be back soon. And I'm back. So what I've done is I've put in 3 of these 6000 milliamp hour batteries into some battery holders and connected them in series, keeping it simple. Just spliced the ends of the wires together, black to red, and I'm now going to attach them up, and hopefully something will happen. If not, then it might have a fire, who knows. My complaint about these battery holders is they've got very thin wire in them. They could really put them down to a price. Would you look at it? It works. See if I can get white out of it. Why is the remote not working? That's a slight concern. Battery not working. That's interesting. Oh, there we go. So we had a loose connection. White. See how bright I can make it. That's dimming it down, bring it up, and put it on some patterns. You know something? I don't think this is addressable LED. I think I may have been scammed. I wonder. I wonder indeed. Because I got this stuff which I know is addressable LED. And I'll see what happens if I plug that into here. Don't work. It's slightly working. Problem is I don't have the remote control for the other stuff. It doesn't. If there was these sort of common garden remote controls you think work with everything, but they don't. They tend to only work with the ones they came with. Okay, well, you know, lesson learned and all that. Yeah, this ain't addressable LED. Oh, disconnection. Yeah, that's not addressable. I'm kind of disappointed now. Oh well. So what I'll do now is I'm going to solder everything together, put it onto a piece of wood or something, use some hot glue to hold it all down, do some proper connections, and attach it to the dog bit, jacket. So I'll be back when I've done that. So yes, a little insert here to tell you about a change I've made. A bit of more investigation, and it turns out that yes, this stuff is not addressable LEDs. It's actually bog standard single colour LED. Well, it's not, the LEDs are multicoloured, but the whole rope can only be one colour at a time. Which has left me slightly disappointed, because I thought from the listing I was buying addressable LED, and the listing unfortunately has dropped off my purchase page on eBay, so I can't do anything about it. I'm really miffed about that. But anyway, so what I did was I got I did have some addressable rope, and yeah, it does work with the free 18650s, and I can show you sort of what it does. Ooh, it's seizure inducing, and it is very bright. So I'm going to turn it down a bit. I don't actually think I can turn no, that turns the speed down, which is a pity. But I can do sort of interesting little things. It's quite nice. This was I got this in a store called Maplin's, which is a British, well, Irish, British, but it operates in Ireland, electronic store. Kind of what like Radio Shack used to be in the 80s. I suppose to people in America, and you can buy this online. The stuff online with the controllers or by itself for about $7 or $8 a meter, which in hindsight probably explains I should have seen why this wasn't the bargain it seemed to be. So very pretty, I think. I'll show you. I'm sure you'll agree. So anyway, I'm going to now go back and fit this to the dog's coat. I will see you in a bit. And it's the next day, and we're back. So here is the thing I sort of knocked together for the doggy. I do need a cable tie, which I have somewhere around here. Oh, here they are. So basically, the gist of it is, I wrapped this addressable LED rope around this harness as best I could. There's holes I could put it through. Here, for example, as I've attached it, I'm just using bog standard sticky tape, cello tape, scotch tape, sticky back plastic, whatever your preferred nomenclature is, and just wrapped it around as best I could. Now, I could have actually cut it short to fit perfectly, but I didn't want to cut it because I want to use it for other things. So I just wrapped it around twice, and the battery pack is rough and ready, but it only has to last a few hours on Halloween. So I just held it all together with some insulation tape, and it does the job. So there's the control box, there's the battery pack. I ended up only sticking with 3 batteries because they actually do the job, I found. So these are actually quite nice little cable ties. They're dropping everything. Oh, let me show you these. They're reusable cable ties, which you'll find in on various shops, electrical shops, whatever, eBay, Amazon. I think you got these in Lidl, so I bought stocked up in them when they had them in. See that? And you just pull on this little clip here, and you can reuse them again. Quite a nice little bit of kit. So anyway, let's see how it looks when you switch it on. So I'm disconnecting the battery every time I stop using it. Yeah, there you go. Did I just disconnect it? Yes, I did. And you can change colours. That's something not right here. There we go. Might be a loose connection, but it's easy fixed. And let's see whatever patterns we have. And not bad at all, is it? So I'll turn that off and disconnect our battery. And see if this works. Here, oh, is it in action? I know it's good because I actually had one driver give off to me because I distracted him while he was driving in the dark, so that's always a good sign. So there you go. Hope you enjoy it. Pretty cool.